What's up there, freaks and geeks? What I want to do today is share with you one of my all-time favorite chicken recipes. These are garlic and cheese stuffed chicken thighs, and because no great recipe is complete without it, they're wrapped in bacon. These are actually really good for you. There's not a lot going on in there. We're going to use some Romano cheese, which is nice and light. They make for a great lunch. They make for a great dinner. I take 2 chicken thighs with me every day for lunch to work. Sometimes I put them on the smoker, sometimes I bake them, but sometimes I do it like this. This is a nice light lunch. It's very easy to make, very inexpensive to make. I am going to show you the ideal way to do it, which is in a heavy bottom or cast iron pan, but I will also show you how you can do it just on a baking sheet if you don't happen to have one of these lying around. Let's dig into her. First thing you're gonna have to do is source some skin on, bone in chicken thighs. I get these from our local grocery store. You get 10 of them for about $7. Deal that you can't beat. 2 of them make a great lunch, so you figure you got a week of lunches here for $7. Now, these things come with a lot of extra bits on them that you're not gonna need, so what you wanna do is take each one out and sort of unfold the skin a bit. All right? Flip it over and cut off any extra skin. Trim off any large chunks of fat. And what you're actually going to do is peel up the skin. And it will naturally want to come off in one direction. And it's going to want to stay connected in this back piece. You want to get it just like that. That'll allow you to cut off this big chunk of fat here. That doesn't cook down in the oven, and it'll just kind of be a weird chunk of fat hanging out there when you're trying to eat lunch. Make sure there's not any crazy bits of skin flapping in the wind, and this guy's ready to go. Do that to all 10, and then we move on to the next step. All right, now's a good time to get this oven preheated. I'm gonna jimmy jam her right up to about 450. We're also gonna start preheating some olive oil in a heavy bottom pan. I like cast iron, I recommend cast iron, but if you don't have it, any heavy bottom pan will do the trick here. We'll go medium high heat, put about a teaspoon in there, you don't need too much. Alright, let's talk other ingredients. This is why I love this recipe and why it's so good for meal prep. It doesn't have a ton of ingredients and it's not expensive. We're going to start the way any good recipe starts. Go ahead and get some bacon. Regular cut works well for this. Thick cut makes it a little bit strange. And then there's just 4 other ingredients. You're going to need about 2 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of either Parmesan or Romano. I like Romano. The original recipe that this is based off of calls for Parmesan though. 2 tablespoons of basil, and about a ½ teaspoon of onion salt. You could use regular salt, I like the onion salt. You're also going to need a few more dribbles of your olive oil. Now real simply, you're just going to combine all of these in a bowl. A few drops of olive oil. Always add less. You can always go more, we can't take any away. Just a couple drops. Start to stir that around. You want to keep adding olive oil until you have a very dry paste-like substance. There we go. See how it's just starting to all clump together? That's going to be perfect. You just want something to keep those little granules of basil and cheese connected with your garlic there. Alright, for assembly, we're just going to take our chicken thigh, fold the skin out, take a little bit of this, just a little spoonful will do it, cram it in there, spread it around, pack it down. We're going to roll her up. Get that good chicken thigh shape we want. Grab a chunk of the good stuff and wrap it around. Now you want to catch each end underneath one of the wraps so that it doesn't come undone in the frying pan. Just like that, this guy's ready to go. Alright, once you got all your chicken chunks wrapped up nice and cozy in their swine blankets, time to get them on the cast iron. You're going to want to go skin side down to start. You can do that for about 5 minutes. Now it's a pretty tight fit. Some would say that's an overcrowded pan. I'm not some. That's just fine right there. Nailed it. Ooh, buddy, do these things smell good. Alrighty, 5 minutes in, we're going to want to flip them. This is the sketchiest part. You want to flip them nice and gentle. You don't want to unwrap all that bacon and skin. This is the part where they're still delicate. After this flip, it's pretty hard to mess them up. If you like your bacon a little bit crispier, you want your skin a little crispier, you can go for about 7 minutes, but I wouldn't go too far past that. While you're waiting for the 10 minutes to pass on those bad boys, you're probably going to want to go ahead and get yourself a snack. This is that pulled pork we made the other day during the snowstorm. Nothing better than opening the refrigerator, finding leftover pork products. Alrighty, now it's time to pop these bad boys into that 450-degree oven we had preheating. We can let them rock in there for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes till they come up to 165. Careful, that cast iron is going to be ripping hot. All right, after about 15 minutes of them bad boys rocking in there, you're going to want to check the temperature on them. The key to cooking meat properly, whether it's in an oven, in a barbecue, in a smoker, whatever, you always cook to the thermometer, not to the clock. All right, recipe says it cooks for 20 minutes. There could be some variable in your oven, in your piece of meat, that means you have to cook it for longer or a shorter amount of time. So I highly recommend, I don't go in for all the crazy gadgets, but get yourself an instant read thermometer. This Thermopop was under 20 bucks. It works great. You stick that in there. I just checked mine. They're at 135. We're trying to get to 165. So we'll check them again in 5 minutes. Ooh, buddy, those look good. All right, so we brought them all up to our required 165, maybe a little bit above it. Perfect. You're gonna just want to check them all. Beautiful. You can see how good those things look. Now they just put in a lot of work. They're going to be tired, so you want to let them rest a little bit before you serve them. You don't want to cut into them right now, or you'll let some of the juices escape. So we're going to put them right back there. Come back in about maybe 15 minutes. Ooh, buddy, cheese and rice. Do these look good? What we did was we actually did 2 of them without the pre-cooking in the cast iron. We just put them right on a baking sheet so you can see the difference in how the skin's gonna be. The skin's not nearly as crispy. It's really not crispy at all over here. The bacon is kind of soft. You got some real nice color on this one, some real nice crunch. The actual chicken skin is gonna be a little crispier, so if you can, put in the extra effort. But if not, they're still gonna come out great. It's still a piece of chicken stuffed with cheese wrapped in bacon. There's really no way to mess that up. There you go. The cheese is real light on this dish. That's what's nice about it. It's not a heavy dish. You're not stuffing it with cheddar and bacon, making a little ultimate stuffed potato thing in there. Just a nice light dish. Some great Italian flavors. It's a great little lunch, especially if you're trying to watch your weight, fit into that polka dotted bikini before the summer comes. Make yourself some of these at the beginning of the week. Take them for lunch. You're looking at about 300 calories, a little bit of fat from the bacon, but the fat's not going to hurt you. It's when you put it between 2 giant slices of bread. That's when you're really starting to go down the wrong path. This is delicious. I'm going to go eat these 2 right now. If you got any questions, by all means, leave me a comment down there in the squawk box. If you can think of any good variations on this, I'd love to hear it. I've always wanted to try it with Asiago. I haven't yet. I think if you did it with Asiago and maybe glazed it with some kind of tomato something, because Asiago goes great with tomato, I don't know. But you guys let me know down there in the squawk boxes. I'm going to go finish my lunch. See you meatheads tomorrow.